After a 4-game road stint, the UNCG men's basketball team was back inside the friendly confines of the Greensboro Coliseum. And with a familiar location came a familiar opponent, as High Point made the quick trip to Greensboro for the 7 p.m. tip-off. Despite a hard-fought 40-minute battle, High Point was able to get some redemption for last year's loss with a 76-68 victory. Things were all tied up 7-7 with 15:55 to play in the first half, and the Spartans were led by a quick 5 points by Clay Bird. The game remained a close, low-scoring battle as it was all tied up at 17 at the under-8 media timeout. The Spartans got into a bit of foul trouble early and were in the bonus with still over 9 minutes to play in the first half. The Panthers were able to break open a lead down the stretch of the first half and led 35-27 despite a buzzer-beating 3 by Nicholas Paulus to end the first half. UNCG came out of the break with energy and took advantage of High Point fouls and turnovers to cut the deficit to 4, 35-31 within the early minutes of the second half. But the Panthers were back on top by 8, 45-37, with 12:28 to play. Yet the Spartans responded with a 6-0 run to cut the lead to 2, 45-43, with 10:49 to play after some big play under the basket by Kale Locke and RJ White. And one more bucket by White knotted the game up at 45. High Point had pushed the lead up to 10 by the under 4 media timeout, up 65-55 with 3:45 to play. White had a breakaway dunk to cut the lead back to 8, but High Point responded with a tough layup, keeping the difference at 10, 71-61. Locke made it a 6-point game with just over a minute to go, 71-65. Paulus added a 3-pointer about 15 seconds later, and it was a 4-point game with 47.2 to play, 72-68. The Spartans had momentum, but a costly turnover with just over 30 seconds to go shifted the game in favor of the Panthers, and they sealed the deal at the free throw line for the 76-68 victory.
I think High Point's a really good team. Scott's done a terrific job, at High Point over the last handful of years. I started with him year 1 as an assistant. It's amazing to see what he's built over the last 5. I don't know if this is 5 or 6 for him, but amazing to see the program he's built. His kids really understand how to win. They play together. When things don't go their way, they didn't put their heads down. They kept fighting and playing, and we made a big run there in the second half to tie the game. I thought they did a nice job of regrouping and coming out and making some big plays.
White had 14 points and 7 boards for the night. Tavon Sadler had 14 points as well, and Locke added 13 points of his own. Paulus finished the game with 12 points after shooting 4 of 8 from behind the arc.
Yeah, we need Kale and RJ to be really good for us this year. So when they're not in the game, that really hurts us. I thought both of them played pretty well tonight when they were able to play, but foul trouble certainly was a factor.
Next up for the Spartans is a trip to Clinton, South Carolina to battle against Presbyterian on Saturday, December 6th. Make sure to follow UNCG Athletics on social media to stay up to date with all the news on your favorite Spartan squads. For UNCGSpartans.com, I'm Kaylee Donegan.